And back here at North Mac, I just looked over there, Coach, and I'm not sure our pregame was being covered. They got a great signal here, and I'm not sure if I didn't push the start. But as we get ready for the opening tip, 27-1, the QND Raiders. North Mac Panthers, 24-8. And coming in, of course, the double overtime win against Petersburg Porter the other night. That was the Panthers. And the Raiders had a tough game against Pleasant Plains. They played good defense. They did win the ball game 44-32. And the other game was 53-48 in double overtime. And now it's time for our national anthem. We're going to stand up, face our flag, and honor our country with the national anthem. As they're making the announcements for the IHSA. Glad you joined in on the Mecca Sports Mobile Sports Studio. Brought to you by Sleep Tight, Better Beds, Less Money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. And now our national anthem as they roll out the flag. Really nice here. I'd like to have the camera to show you guys, but National Federation, we're audio only. And our national anthem. Boy, they got right in the middle there with the wind ensemble that was really low and soft for a bunch of guys who want to get after it here. Now, interesting, we're on a floor again tonight where the home team is wearing the visiting uniforms. And will be announced first. North Mac Panthers coming in their road black, trimmed in that aqua blue. A lot of blue in here, baby blue if you want, sky blue, and white trim. Mentioned they come in at 24-8 on the season. First regional title would be going back to, or the last regional title, 2012 for the Panthers. Don't have to turn my light on my camera there since we don't go up. There it was, I knew it was coming. And even though it's the visiting team first, the video boards are up, and hey, with a new gym, a nice gym like this, the video boards come right along with it. Everybody these days has the boards. We also have some little sparkling things that make colors and rainbow. We got one too up here, Coach. Only thing is, though, we'll be flashing ours when the Raiders have a great moment or a great play. And one of our young fans in front of me, he's got 3 bags of chips, and he's a happy camper. Here's your lineup first. Number 1, Camden Early, 6-foot junior for the Panthers. Your next one, Colin Eder, 6-foot junior. Number 11, he's a sophomore, 6'1", Carson Powell. Your next one's going to be number 12, Luke Alexander, was 17 the other night in the double overtime win. 6'2", sophomore. And your last starter waiting to come up off the bench. Number 32, 6'1" junior, Clark Sanson. That's your starting lineup for your Panthers. Head coach Connor Beer, Troy Pinkston, and Will Downs. When I saw Troy Pinkston, I was wondering about Reno Pinkston, if it was any relation. And he's going to tell me, yeah, it was my son. I don't know. We'll find out, though. I'm not sure. Here come your Raiders. Almost went Lady Raiders after last night. QND in their home white, trimmed in blue and gold. Bo F. Tank, three-point ace. Great golfer. He'll be at ISU. He wears number 2, the 6'3" senior. At the point, TJ Togarepi. He's a 6'1" sophomore. Controls the offense and defense out front. Jace Allensworth talked to his dad before the ball game. 6'3" senior. Wears number 14 and had a couple touch fouls called the other night because of his strength. Already ready for the college game. Robbie Reed, number 22, 6'5" senior. And rounding out your starting lineup, the senior, 6'3", number 30, Gavin Dolman. So the senior-laden squad against the underclassmen. A little more height on the Raiders side as well. Head coach Greg Altmix, assisted Alex Altmix, Jordan Altmix, Jonas Petty, Chuck Vembolo, and Dustin Carrier. Coach, we're here. We're ready to get going.
Doesn't get any better than this.
High school basketball, postseason regional final. North Mac, new gym. Next year we'll probably see Springfield, their new gym. Raiders will work right to left on your dial. In the center circle, Gavin Dolman, the other side. Eder tips up. Raiders get the opening tip. Togarepi out front. Man-to-man matchups from the Panthers. Lob on the far side, great pass. Bo F. Tank ran from the left side all the way around the formation. Pass from the left wing, was it Allensworth?
Great set, great set.
Allensworth threw it up and it was an alley-oop. F. Tank with the first score. 2-0 Raiders. You love that when your three-point shooter gets the first alley-oop.
Well, I don't think I've seen that all year from the Raiders, so he's pulling out some stuff.
Right corner shot, no good by the Panthers. Rebounded inside by Allensworth. Two passes down, but a nice tip out. Touch there by Cam Early.
Got to get the ball in the middle on the fast break, you know, instead of going down the side. Too long of a pass getting in there.
Box out of bounds play for the Raiders on the baseline. Togarepi to trigger it. Dolman trying to get the ball, lobbed up over. You know, I almost thought Dolman might have been called for the hold because Gavin had a little reach on there and was getting big. But the first foul will go against the Panthers. Foul will go against number 32. That's Sanson. Ball inbounds. Oh, and a great pass. Togarepi. I don't think the Panthers are ready yet. Jace Allensworth was there for the layup. Togarepi gets the assist. 4-0 Raiders. In transition, Panthers. Kicking in from inside. Inside out move. Baseline drive. Raiders are there. Good defense on Allensworth. Allensworth. It was a nice shot there taken by Powell. It rolled in and out though. Raiders have the ball. Togarepi tried to dribble through it. Taking it away out there is Early. Early gets to the lane. Shot no good. Gavin Dolman getting strong on the board already. This is a pace. F. Tank on the left side. Step back. Three, no good. Rebound inside. And that's Powell for the Panthers.
Well, this is the pace the Raiders want to play at, going up and down. You know, 63 a game, you know, and they're at 55 a game.
No doubt about that. Plus, the Raiders pick their defense up and lead to their offense. Driving Early. Shot no good. Dolman another rebound, his second already. Togarepi brings it across the timeline. 6:15 left, first quarter action. ND with a lead, 4-0. Allensworth, Togarepi out high. In the high post is Dolman, now screens and goes low. Allensworth on the left corner has the ball working one-on-one. Gets behind the backboard, gets back out in front. Shot, no good.
Tough shot, good defense by North Mac.
Yep, I'd like to see him use the glass on that shot. And there's an incidental one there, poor Jace. Dribbling down was Eder. And between the feet, Eder got his feet twisted up, but Allensworth's feet were there as well. So Jace, the first foul on the Raiders for the night. 1-1. 7 ticks inside 6 minutes here. Glad you're with us out here. Ball in the backcourt, not a problem. People look for over and back. The ball was tipped in the backcourt, was not had any possession yet. Dropping it down to the short corner from the left side. drives, kicks it out to the right corner. 3, shot no good, and goes up and rolls the top of the backboard. The shot from the left corner went up. It went up about halfway up on the board and rolled from the middle of the board down the left side of the board all the way out on the top.
Good open look. Raiders got to do a better job of, getting up into the three-point shooters.
Panthers have worked the ball inside out a couple times. Dolman from the right side dribbles, stops at the short corner. F-Tank was making a cut. Early was behind him. Pass was behind F-Tank. Panthers have the basketball. Dribble to the middle of the court. Powell. Powell, spin move right in front of the basket. Trying to get open. And a traveling call. You had Dolman and Togarepi in there for a Raider sandwich. But Early kept working around. He finally got open, but that's because he took 2 steps.
Well, good defense, by the Raiders, staying up with them, and, making it hard to shoot the ball.
5 minutes.
That travel.
There you are, 5 minutes left in the first quarter. That's what defense. You don't have to have steals. It's deflections and, again, violations. There's a great drive.
Great pass.
Allensworth drives between 2 guys, and as he gets to the second guy, Bo F-Tank is wide open on the block. Bo gets the basket. Allensworth the assist. And now Allensworth does a steal. Came in, shot no good, but Jace will go to the line. That's part of that football mentality there.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing deep.
I'm going to take it to the hole.
He had the defensive back move, came up at about just before half court, the volleyball line, so about 10 foot. Got up high and stole the ball, went in for the layup, and was fouled. Jace to shoot 2.
Defensive back, I was going to say linebacker, but.
Well, I needed to get him deep enough in the secondary to come up for that one. So, by the way, the second foul goes against Clark Sanson. So he's got 2 fouls, both of them for North Mac. Allensworth missed the first one. Second one rolls off too. Earlier somebody told me they had tight rims. That might have been Jared Allensworth. He said they're tight rims. 4:38 and counting.
How would you know that, though?
I guess it's the feel of watching the shots, and you watch your kid and the players shoot long enough. Outside three-pointer, no good. Weak side rebound, Robbie Reed. Robbie's going to bring it up across the timeline. He was in an extra gear there. Togarepi starts the drive. Togarepi, shot no good, off balance. Good defense from the Panthers. Forced him into an altered shot there in the backcourt and then quickly into the front court. Panthers pull it for a 6-footer. No good, tipped around. Shot was missed there by Alexander. Rebounded by the Raiders.
Raiders have done a good job on defensive glass, not giving any offensive looks, to North Mac.
And keeping the pace up like this, we'll rotate some bodies in there. They will go 7 deep, but they're going to wear out their starters for the Panthers.
Well, 7, 8 deep, 9 deep.
Right side, Jace Allensworth sets up on the right side. No one came out to get him. He hits a 3-pointer. Kevin Vanderman likes that because all 3-pointers on Mecca Sports Co. are brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Ideas for every room, for every project. They're your project planner. Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Warm day like today. A lot of projects going on there, but tomorrow and the next day, you're back inside. So I'm sorry there, folks. Kevin Vanderman and Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Good start for the Raiders so far. I'll turn on my little sparkly.
Good start, great start. This is the way you want to start it. Defensively, they've been very, very, very good. And offensively, they've turned their defense, into easy offense going down the other way. Great start by QND.
Back to the action here. North Mac with the Raiders putting full court pressure. Robbie Reed comes up, knocks the ball out of bounds. Free throw extended. So take your free throw line to the sideline. That's where the ball will go in for the Panthers.
Looks like they're a man, instead of the 1-2-2, which, they're getting after it.
And Sully Walker checked in on that break. He's back in the backcourt, coming up with Early. Cam Early bringing the ball up for the Panthers. So that meant TJ got a quick break there, and that's good. Get the rotation in there, give TJ a break. Cam Early came back out to help out.
Good job of not reaching by Allensworth.
Ball is on the right side, driving Eder. Eder kicks it back out. That's Powell. Powell wants to work on F-Tank. Picks his ball up too early, but then making a cut to the basket. Missing the shot, but a big rebound inside. And going up and getting the putback is Sanson. First basket of the ball game for North Mac. Raiders lead 9-2.
North Mac on the board.
Robbie Reed drives hard to the hole. Bang, bang there. Reed's going to get called for the charge. Nobody argues or complains. Before the game, we were talking to somebody about moving your feet. You can move your feet in defense. If you've got the position, you can move as long as you beat the guy to the next point.
Well, you play defense with your feet. No ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, Coach Alt makes one very happy, but, good call.
Yeah, good attempt on the defensive side. 2:50 left in the first quarter. Raiders lead 9-2. Scored the first 9 points of the ball game. Panthers have the basketball. Raiders are in their man-to-man. Ball is tipped out. Robbie Reed. Pass was going in the corner. He tipped it out. Ball in a deep corner now, in a tough place to take the ball in. Rowan Stegeman comes in for the first time. He'll get Allensworth. Dolman also goes out as TJ Togarepi comes back in. Togarepi, F-Tank, Walker, Stegeman, and hiding down there, Robbie Reed.
Oh,
Sully almost got up.
That one.
In the backcourt, they threw the ball up. Sully was up high to go after it. Panthers in the half-court set.
Another one of those 6'4" guys with length that plays defense.
That's it. We've got the height and the length and the seniors. They've got the home court, the youth, the excitement. We'll see how she plays out.
Whoa.
Coming around a screen. Wow, Raiders flew through a screen. Shot taken from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Togarepi. Wow, one of the Panthers went flying down after that screen. Half-court set. Raiders still working right to left. First half action.
One of the one times, on defensive end, we didn't get a body on somebody.
Pass to the left side. Sully Walker's three, no good. Rebound far corner, picked up on there. Braylon Purse, and he's the freshman that came in for some good minutes. Crossover dribble, Powell. Powell trying to work F-Tank down the block. Spin move. Stegeman comes to help. But I'll tell you, Powell got within 3 feet of the basket. And with a little fadeaway, hits the basket.
Too easy defensively. You got to get up into him and stop him.
Outside, Togarepi takes the three from 20. No good.
Too quick.
Looked good, but again, it was too quick. That's when teams get back in, when you make that quick move. Pulling up at 14 foot. Have to stay on the ground. Coach mentioned that in the pregame. Alexander missed the shot. They do a little ball fakes. Oh, and a great lead pass there. Togarepi got across half court. He found Sully Walker, and he led him through 3 of the Panthers for the layup. That was a sweet pass, sweet catch, sweet finish.
Yeah.
Timeout taken, 30-second timeout. QND 11, North Mac 4, back with more right here on mechasportsco.com.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Back here at North Mac, timeout taken by the Panthers. Raiders lead 11-4. Raiders put up the first 9 points of the ball game. Came back. Are you going to take mine?
Yeah.
Would you lose yours?
No.
Oh.
I have 3 granddaughters, so.
Oh, I definitely want you to have that then after the game. Basically, it looks like one of them soft drumsticks, but it's all the top. Like a,
I got 3 of these, and I want 3 of these.
All right, well, then when I leave here, you'll be able to take that with you. Back to the action. Panthers will have the basketball, working 85 feet. Raiders will drop back as Sully Walker waits at half court. Across the timeline. That's early. Camden or Cam, he was put in the program. Screens from the weak side. Alexander with the basketball. Check that, Powell. Powell got in. Powell hits the shot. And Powell went off to the 45, got the shot. Foul might have been on Caden Marth, who just checked into the ball game. He is wearing number 40. I did not have him in my book back at Liberty.
That was a good, strong move, by the North Mac player.
Carson Powell makes it his second bucket of the game, has a chance at the blue-collar 3. Substitutions in. Checking out, Reed and Stegeman both check out.
I mean, as well as we played, it could be a 4-point game here, 53 seconds to go if he makes the free throw.
And he did make the free throw there, so 11-7. Raiders have the lead in the basketball with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Holding out high. We didn't have he may be in the program, Marth. I just saw that. I'll be darned. Raiders going to hold outside. Togarepi gives to Allensworth. Allensworth says, I'm going to go to the basket. He got through 2 Panthers. The third one blocked the shot, but after a foul on the drive, Looks like Braylon Purse, the freshman, gets his first, third team foul. And he was shooting, so Jace goes back to the line to shoot 2. He's got a
next year, that ain't going to be a foul at QU.
Oh, not at all. First free throw's good. Back on the track with the free throws. He's got a 2-pointer. He's got a 3-pointer. Now he's got a free throw after missing the first 2 attempts. 1 more to go. Marth and Togarepi behind him. Dolman and Walker in for the rebounds. And getting up high is Eder for the Panthers. 1 out of 2, 12-7. Inside 30 seconds left, first quarter action.
We got to do a better job of shooting free throws. You know, yesterday it was horrible.
And that's the thing, you can shoot all you want. And
Wednesday
some days are just those days, as we know. You just can't get a lid off the basket. Down to 15 seconds in the quarter. Out high is early. And a 5-second call, sure enough. They were waiting to get the last shot. Problem is, you're being closely guarded out there. And after 5 seconds, Marth will go out, Walker will go out, F-Tank and Reed will come in as Togarepi, Allensworth, and Dolman are in there. So we're looking for the starters to get a good-looking shot in the quarter.
I've got a question for you. Did you ever miss 4 or 5 free throws in a row?
No. Here we go. Allensworth, left side to F-Tank. F-Tank drives through the lane. F-Tank, little short hook. Oh, and it uses the rim, then the backboard and goes in. The magic-like shot for those Irvin, maybe not.
You know, the light came on as it rolled in the rim. That's what you want.
Yep, a little closer than Magic took his. And we're through 1 quarter here at North Mac. It's your QND Raiders 14, the North Mac Panthers 7. Back with second quarter action right here, meccasportsco.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back here at North Mac. First quarter's in the book. 14-7. Raiders with the lead. And it is a Friday. And, of course, you just heard the Hardee's ad. So get out and get your fish. The Alaskan pollock.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
And in hospitality here, they pulled out pulled pork and some stuff. So all of us good Catholics aren't supposed to touch that. We're not supposed to. Here we go. Starting this quarter off, North Mac will have the basketball. F-Tank, Togarepi, Reed, Marth, and Dolman for the Raiders. Back on defense, man-to-man. Backdoor cut, and a good one. Oh, and a great block from behind. Robbie Reed. It was a good cut backdoor. Alexander went up, and Reed come up behind and blocked it. Right side, 2 passes. F-Tank misses. Great save by Marth. Stepped on the line as he threw it out. Marth doing a good job there. Back over with 7:41 left in the first half.
TJ down there trying to get the foul. He got knocked out of the, out of bounds, basically.
Well, after that one down at the other end where the guy got bumped out of the screen and North Mac's player went back about 15 feet, I don't think we're going to see those. Half court set early with the basketball.
It is regional basketball.
Indeed it is. Eder starts to make a drive. 2 passes, get it inside. Shot no good, but it's tipped. Eder flashed in from the right corner. Got the first putback of the second quarter. 14-9, Raiders with the lead. They're hitting the boards hard. The Raiders, of course, got the height. They're going to have to make sure they screen out.
Well, both teams are hitting it hard.
There's that moving screen. I'll tell you, when that first came out in college years ago, there was a lot of quick calls out at the top. High school has kind of done the same way a little bit here, but it's consistent. The guys were calling it.
Well, I used to always teach the guys, you go up there, you sit still. It's the guy dribbling the ball that's got to drive him in the screen.
Robbie Reed got his second foul, so he's out right now. First foul on the Raiders in this quarter, I believe. Raiders back on defense. Left side with the basketball. That's Powell. Back to the top. A lot of spin moves. Powell into the lane, all the way to the lane. Gets it up. Boy, Powell's making a lot of spin moves, but he's going right through the Raiders' defense.
Way too easy.
Allensworth in transition. 3-pointer no good, but he goes up, hits the crossbar, or actually the bar that comes down at a 45-degree angle that holds the basket.
That was a little quick.
And you'll get the crowd involved over here for the Panthers. They get excited about it.
Yeah.
6:40 left in the half, 14-11. First 4 points of the second quarter going the Panthers' way.
3-point game.
Across the timeline. That's Carson Powell again. Makes one pass and gets it back. He's going to try to keep it in his hand. There's that first spin move at the elbow. Passes over to the right side. Making a drive baseline is Alexander. He was stopped there by Marth right away.
Good job by Marth on defensive end, using his feet.
Togarepi almost had to steal up top. 2 passes come over. Shot no good, but boy, they're hitting the paint. Shot no good, and he fouls again. That's Eder. Eder went flying down the lane, got 2 rebounds in a row, and the Panthers have the ball again. Spin move, kicks it outside to the right corner. Shot from the corner, hits the glass to the other side. Dolman gets the rebound. Long pass down court. Marth got the long pass, went behind the backboard, was going to look to take the shot, but then tried to make a pass to the lane, and that's that unselfishness, but take the shot, you're that close. Rattled from the left side, and another rebound there by Colin Eder. Colin has gotten 3 rebounds, offensive rebounds, on the last 3 shots. He flies in, and that one, he threw it off of the Raiders, so will be Panther basketball under the basket.
You got to do a better job on defensive glass. Making sure you get a body on somebody.
He's the guy
so they don't fly in to get it.
They throw it up, and I'll tell you, they threw that ball up to Eder. He was going to reach up and try to tip it in, but didn't have enough mustard on it. Raiders basketball. Luckily, I'll tell you, they might have missed that one there. Cam Early reached out with his left hand, and I believe he actually took the ball away. Even though he kicked his left foot out there, it went nowhere near his foot.
2 bad passes, sloppy on the offensive end. Not making good, sharp passes.
Walker goes out, Marth goes out, Reed comes back in. Check who else came back in. And they'll give you the lineup here for the Raiders in a second. Left side, Dolman. Dolman hard to the hole
Good
with the left.
move.
Gavin Dolman. That was a big-time strong move there from the left wing, cutting through the Panthers' defense. Like going through a hot butter. Or is it through butter with a hot knife? That's how it looked. Approaching 5 minutes left in the first half, 16-11.
Either way, good sharp move by Dolman.
Driving to the hole, no good on the shot. It was taken by Eder.
Good defense by Allsworth.
Togarepi had the rebound, brought it all the way down court.
Good patience.
After kicking it out to Dolman, Reed
Pull
gets
it out, run your stuff.
And here the Raiders do. F-Tank and Togarepi are out high. You got a double screen at the top with Reed and Dolman at the top of the key. F-Tank and Allsworth on the low blocks. Goes out to F-Tank. Lobbing inside. And
terrible pass.
Robbie Reed wasn't quite set up yet for the pass. They were trying to get him on the block, and Bo threw a good pass in there. It was hard, but it was too far to the left. Robbie really hadn't set up a base yet for it.
Too early. Hey, let him get set up, put his hand up, then throw the ball to it.
And then bounce it in there. I mean, bounce passes are not used enough. Panthers have the basketball against the defense. Togarepi, F-Tank. Sully Walker back in. Dolman and Allensworth for the Raiders. 4:30 left, first half action. Driving all the way in low. Another one of those. Drives all the way down low. Powell gets within 5 or 6 feet of the basket. Takes a shot. It bounces 4 or 5 times, but he's point blank. High percentage. He's making them.
Well, he went into Walker, and, Walker shouldn't ever let him get down that low.
Another thought is, too, Coach, when they get in that low, Allensworth starts to make a drive. We had a triple team there. He spun into the triple team. Pass down court. Getting up, and that's Alexander. Makes a nice catch and scores. It's a 1-point game, 16-15. Togarepi back at the point. TJ will bring it out and reset it. 3:48.
I hate to say it, this is North Mac, pace of the game.
Ball was tipped there. Pass was out to Togarepi. It all of a sudden diverted a 45-degree angle. Panthers got a hand on it. Walker will go out as Reed comes back in. Robbie's got 2 fouls. 2 fouls on the other side by Sanson. He had the first 2 of the ball game. Sanson's still in there. Garden Dolman. Man-to-man coming from North Mac. Togarepi all the way to the basket. Togarepi.
Foul.
Shot is blocked, but fouled. Carson Powell, his first foul. First of the quarter. And with 3:36, that'll send TJ to the line to shoot 2. Raiders are in the first quarter. 4 free throws, 1 of 4. We heard about it the other night. It was 1 for 8, I believe, in the first half from the charity stripe. Togarepi, and he uses every part of the rim. Oh, what I was going to mention, when Powell gets into the lane, which he's getting way too far in the lane with all of his spins, somebody has to enforce and bring it down, the ball and everything. We're letting him get that shot off. If he's getting in that close, bring our enforcer in. Fouling. TJ misses the second one. Rebounded by the Panthers. TJ will pick up before half court. That's Cam Early for North Mac. Good defense from the sophomore, TJ Togarepi. Ball's dead. They
6-1 and long.
Eder has the ball now. He's been getting a lot of rebounds. He's going to try to work against Allensworth. All right-handed. Hands it off there to Alexander, who works around the left side. Down the left corner early. TJ cut off the baseline right away. Approaching 3 minutes left in the first half. Coming over to help out. Quickly getting the ball over to Alexander, who stays on the left side with Bo F. Tank on him. And coming across the formation from the right side, Early was open. He came over, but he made a cut to the basket. And the pass was if he would have came straight at his man, at the top of the key, so the ball went out of bounds. Raider basketball.
Good job by F-Tank getting up in his face, and challenging the pass.
Inside 3 minutes left first half. Raiders led after one, 14-7. It's 17-15. Raiders with a 2-point lead. Bounces into Dolman. Too hard a pass. Bad angle and not even where he was at. So a bad turnover for the Raiders. Marth is in. Robbie Reed's out. Marth coming in for defense. Reed with 2 fouls will sit and come back in for offense. Full court pressure. Well, 3/4 court pressure from the Raiders. Togarepi will pick up early. Again, if Powell gets the ball and takes it down low, and I think Marth, anybody down there, if he gets that low, fouling. Down on the floor is Early. The ball was on the floor. Early saved it, though. No call on that. Inside. Acrobatic shot. I'm not sure how that went in. Colin Eder made it. It's 17-17.
Good strong move by North Mac.
Allensworth down low, and he made a good move to the basket. I couldn't see if it was a charge because everybody stood up in front of me, so I'm assuming Allensworth gets called for his second.
God, I love this. Hey, regional final here on the road.
17-17,
Nothing
G20.
better. Nothing better.
In the backcourt, bringing it up. That's Luke Alexander now. Alexander will come left side, quickly getting it to Early. Early's got Togarepi on him. Screen gets open in the corner. That is Powell. Powell brings it out front. There you go. Block shot by Sully Walker. Problem is it bounced out. North Mac got it. 15-footer, no good. Big rebound by Gavin Dolman. Shot was missed there by Alexander. Raiders 17-17. Inside 2 minutes left. First half.
Yeah, definitely North Mac pace here. They want to keep it in the 40s.
Dolman made a drive, got it to Walker on the left wing, and then Walker tried to pass across the formation. And then a three-pointer in the corner. I believe it was Early as everybody was standing up. And it's a 3-point lead by North Mac. More importantly, the Raiders then throw it away on the other end with 1:30 left in the quarter and the half. There's been a 9-point run. Somewhere the Raiders had a free throw in there, but it's a 9-1 run. And in this quarter, it's a 13-3 Panther quarter.
Well, Raiders got a little sloppy on the offensive end, not making good passes and, where they need to go with the ball.
Pick it up back on defense. Eder with the basketball. In the high post is Powell. Marth putting his head in there, moving him a little bit. We got a bunch of officials jumping up in front of us, so we can't see the court.
All's fair in love and basketball.
You got it. F-Tank with the basketball, almost. Trying to steal the ball. Alexander to the right side, back to the top of the key. Powell's trying to work Marth inside with a little muscle there.
Well, 1 minute left. North Mac should be going for the last shot.
52 seconds and counting. Eder with the basketball at high. Walker on him. They both wear number 4. He goes around 3 screens, and Eder gets the easy basket. 22-17. Raiders are down by 5. Coach Altmix wants to call a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick one back here for the last 38.8 at North Mac on mechasportsco.com.
Ride the Baja Wave. and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the Dew.
Back at North Mac, 30-second timeout taken by the Raiders. Raiders opened this game up 9-0. 9-4, North Mac. Went back and forth. It was 11-7. Raiders got the last 3 of the quarter. A free throw and a bucket, led 14-7. They were up 16-11 before this run of 11-1 and find the Raiders down by 5.
And this North Mac team, very young team. Yeah, you've got 6 freshmen, 6 sophomores on the roster. This is going to be a good team next couple, 3 years.
Raiders have 30 seconds left in the second quarter and a half. Looking for the last shot. Allensworth on the right side. Dolman down low with Reed. On the left wing is F-Tank. Back out to Togirepi. TJ around half court with 15 seconds left in the quarter and the half. TJ starts to bring the dribble to the left. 10 seconds now.
Gotta go.
Goes out to Allensworth. They were looking for F-Tank in the corner, but instead find Dolman in this corner. Dolman's 3. Oh, rattles in and out. Good job by Robbie Reed. And Reed on a fadeaway with the rebound. Looked like a good one. And then the Panthers almost tipped it in at the buzzer. And the Panthers with a great second quarter find them North Mac up at halftime. North Mac 22, QND 17. And we'll break for the halftime show. Break this one down. Talk about other stuff in the IHSA. And we're back with Raider basketball here on megasportsco.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
And back at the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, Better Bed, Less Money, Quincy and Jacksonville. First half's in the books. Starting off this ball game, for the Raider fans, it looked pretty good. The Raiders scored the first 9 points of the ball game. Defense turned it into offense. Raiders were really pushing the ball up the court and got good transition out of it. 4 points came back for North Mac. Raiders with another bucket. After an and one, which that was Powell went inside. Raiders put up the last 3 and led 14-7 after one quarter. First 4 points of the second quarter, North Mac. So we had a 14-11 game. Raiders got the bucket 16-11, and that stretch in there, and I can't remember where the free throw was for the Raiders, 1 for 2, but it was a 11-1 run during that stretch to close out the first half. So a 10-point run to give a 5-point lead, as the Raiders had that 5-point lead at that moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's been one of those things to where, you look at the pace of the game. This is a North Mac pace. QND wants to get the ball up in, mid-50s, 60 range. They've got 17 and a half. North Mac, for the year, 55 points a game, giving up 45. You know what I mean? So this is a North Mac game. The Raiders have got to find out, how to put the defensive clamps out there, get the deflections and go down, basically on the, transition offense, get some looks. They did that early, but they haven't done it in the second quarter.
On the defensive side, the Raiders have done a nice job outside. We've really closed on some threes, although the three at the one corner down here in front of us, that was early, got caught in the corner. He's usually dribbling the basketball, but found his way for his only basket of the quarter. Eder has been rebounding, number 4, all over the place. A lot of offensive rebounds. I don't know that his 3 baskets, maybe one of them came on offensive rebound out there. And then Powell's got 9 in the game so far. Powell at, what did we say he was, 6 foot? Powell's 6'1". He is taking it down, and he's backing us in at the elbow, and he's doing a couple back ends. As soon as he makes it into the paint, we need to have some help, somebody big to come over and help too. And once a guy gets the ball in the paint, do not let him dribble all the way down, even whether he spins back and forth and gets within 5 feet of the basket for shots.
Well, you made that point. The offensive rebounds that North Mac is getting, we can't give that up because we got to get the defensive rebounds, go down the other end on transition offense, and, it hasn't been there so far tonight.
Raiders were doing a good job of rebounding early, and we getting those balls. Boy, I'll tell you what, though.
Well, early when we were up.
Right.
And then we quit doing that and, got a little bit lazy. Not a good effort, on defensive glass. And then North Mac made up the difference, and obviously he's up by 5 here, going into the third quarter.
Colin Eder, offensive rebounding machine, so I'm sure Coach Altmix is talking about rebound, 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 and then looking at the shots. We've looked at a couple. We've made a couple passes that maybe weren't there. Now, the couple passes we did make, that long pass, what was it, Allensworth down low? Was it Walker making the cut? I can't remember back to that point. But that was a great play down, and it got through the defense too. Since then, though, we only had one bucket in that second quarter. That was Gavin Dolman's bucket. So what a contrast, and the momentum definitely shifted in that first half to the home team.
Well, and, that's what we're looking at here. Playing a team, on their home court, for a regional final to cut down the nets. This is going to be a battle all night long.
The emotion is there. That's part of the game, too. If you can especially keep it in check and build with that emotion and play within it, and that's what North Mac's doing in the first half. It's halftime here at North Mac. They're leading 22-17 over the Raiders. We'll be back with more of the halftime show right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
A fine sponsor of Quincy basketball at the high schools. It's 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main in Quincy. The OG sandwiches are fried chicken sandwiches, each with a little twist, whether it's the Southern Belle, the KT's Hot, or one of the Coach's sandwiches. You've got the Signature, all the way back to Mayor Chuck's Horseshoe, the Smash Burgers. They're open Wednesday through Saturday. Stop by and check them out, find out when. And then also across the street is Atlas Slice, 121 North 6. Chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high heat oven. They're open on Thursdays 5 to 8, Fridays and Saturdays 5 to 9. Atlas Slice 121 North 6 and 8 Open 601 Main, both on the North Street Promenade. Back to the action. Wellman and Pettit at halftime. Not the action, but the halftime action here. And, you know, the excitement. And I'm sure some of the Raider fans are scratching their head, too, because we jump out 9-0. Still have a 7-point lead after the half, after the first quarter, 14-7. Still 5-point lead, 16-11. And just North Mac just picked up, got way too close, got way too many offensive boards. So second possessions and third possessions. And the Raiders had no answers on those. We had a lot of shots, a couple quick ones, but a lot of tries in there. And so back to the drawing board and back what the Raiders do best, and that'll be get out on the defense, push the pressure up and down the court, and score from the transition offense to defense.
Well, you know, I mean, it's, you know, you've got, God, I don't know, 94 foot, that was college.
85, yep.
85 here. I mean, you got to get out and get after it for 85 feet and go from there.
I'm shaking my rally stick here. It's got all kinds of colors. The handle's yellow, flashing.
Well, this will be birthday girls tomorrow, and then the other three get one of these.
There you go. I'll put that one out for right now and set it right there. Is starting the second half. Raiders basketball. TJ, Togarepi, Dolman, Reed, F-Tank, and Allensworth. Bo comes around the screen, 20-footer. Good from outside. Raiders get a set right off the bat.
Great start for the second half.
Drills the three-pointer, makes it a 2-point deficit. Almost a steal. By the way, that three is brought to you by Kevin Vandermint. Since 1978, the most trusted building and materials, along with kitchen and bath design in the Quincy area. WoodmarkBuildingCenter.com. Raiders back on defense now. In the short corner with the ball out there was Eder. Eder's going to try to physically go through.
Oh.
Dolman was all over. And I thought Eder was out of control, that when Dolman grabbed the ball, I thought they were going to let it go.
Ellsworth get the foul. Oh.
Gavin Dolman gets called for the foul.
Okay.
Gavin's first, the first of the second half. Either team.
It's a good thing Ellsworth didn't get, because that had been his third.
Eder misses. You know, Eder's a great guy. He's got good physicality, goes up and gets rebounds. But when he goes to drive to the basket, he's driving in traffic and forcing shots up. Key is to back off him and not let him get the foul.
Do that little floater.
Yep. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Robbie Reed.
Good box out by Dolman and Reed.
Allensworth has it at the point. Crossover dribble, brings it right side. Right corner, Reed drives in through. Mack has his shot blocked. Had the rebound and the putback. Reed's looking like, hey, one of those had to be a foul. Good news is it went off on the Panthers, so the Raiders will have it under their basket.
I think Coach also agreed with you on that one.
Maybe not in the first one, but definitely the second one we had a Panther sandwich. Allensworth from behind three.
Well, that's a foul.
No good. And flying out.
3 free throws coming up.
Good hustle there. And I'll tell you what, Colin Eder, I want to say nice job on the sportsmanship. He had his first foul against the Panthers, but right away he helped Allensworth up. Jace gets three now. That one looked pretty good from him.
No, we're going to need to hit our free throws down the stretch here. You know, if we go 12 for 30 like last night, could be a long evening.
Second free throw's no good off the back of the iron. 7:05 left, third quarter action. Just in here about 55 seconds exactly in the quarter. Togarepi and Reed are in the lane. Allensworth puts 2 out of 3 in there. Ties the ball game up, 22-22 in the first minute of the third quarter.
Good start by the Raiders here in the third.
Powell took the ball out of bounds and got it inbounds too early. Early across the timeline on Togarepi. Did a nice job. I'd say, like they say, a broken ankle is early. Got Togarepi off balance on the side. Went in for the basket. Togarepi now goes all the way in, but there's going to be a foul. And if it is Sanson, it'll be his third. Nope, it's Luke Alexander as he reached in. It's Luke's first. Second team foul against the Panthers. One on the Raiders in the third quarter. Togarepi triggers it. We had a lot of flashers out there. Problem is we tried to throw it to top of the key. Early took it away. Early. Wow. That ball rolled around the rim. And it's so, I'll tell you, if the rims are tight, they're not for the Panthers. It was a soft rim there. Panthers regain the lead now after 2 buckets in a row, 26-22.
Bad decision on the offensive end for the Raiders to allow that to go back.
And Allensworth takes it from the left corner, a spin move. He does get the soft touch, so. Oh, and there's a steal by Dolman. Dolman hands it off to Reed. Great job there. As coming over to help was Alexander. And what a great pass there. Dolman realizing the defense was going to be in his face. 26-26. 6 minutes left, third quarter.
Oh.
Long pass down to Alexander. Togarepi, hands straight up. Shot no good. Dolman gets the weak side rebound. Gavin, right side F-Tank. Bo drives baseline. And on the drive, a bump by the Panthers. Raiders will have it on the ground, out of bounds.
Once again, defense turning into transition offense, taking the ball to the hole. Good job by the Raiders.
Third foul in the third quarter with 5:53 left against the Panthers. Reed made a cut, got down the block. He's double teamed. Oh, and a good no-look
pass.
He went to Togarepi from the left block to the right block. A no-look kind of Larry Bird type pass down with a bounce pass. Togarepi gets the basket. Raiders lead 28-26. Driving, kicking it back out. Partially blocked in the corner, Allensworth. Nice closeout there. Making the drive was Eder. Kicked it into the corner. Sitting there was Sanson. And Allensworth got up high, partially knocked out of bounds.
Great effort on defensive end by the Raiders.
Ball inbounded here on the free throw line, extended right near us. Taking their time to get it in. Wow, and all of a sudden Sanson got it and there was a lane to the basket. Everybody was trying to let him know. He was just trying to get it back to his guard to set the offense. Eder with the basketball, Allensworth on him. Tries to go crossover. Nice move. I'll tell you what, Eder's strong, but he's got a nice first step there, Coach. That broke the 6-point run of the Raiders. Ties us back up 28-28.
Not good job on defensive end by Allensworth. Too easy.
Eder had 6 in the first half. He's got 8 in the ball game. Togarepi standing out high with F-Tank, waiting for the Raiders to move. Dolman flashes out right corner, has the basketball, back to Togarepi at the top. Left side F-Tank, sets up for the 20-footer. Good! 2 passes to the left wing. Bo F-Tank drills the three-pointer and gives the Raiders a 3-point lead.
Good job moving the basketball, by the Raiders. It was swing, wide open look.
Raiders back on defense, doing a good job at half court. Kicks it down in the corner. 3-point shot, no good. Taken down there by Powell. Rebounded by Allensworth.
Good open look by North Mac.
By the way, that last three-pointer was brought to you by your project planner, Kevin Vanderman and the crew at Woodmart Building Center.
Another one?
In the right corner, Togarepi says, Coach Wellman, keep on saying it. 2 threes in a row. We'll get back in a second here as the Raiders get a steal. Reed then was dropping it off for F-Tank, and F-Tank was flashing out to the wing. Panthers get it, driving down the lane.
Charge.
Oh, my. That I got to say, was a bad call because Togarepi set up. As soon as Alexander was at the top of the key, he was standing there, and he was outside what would have been the little semicircle, too. I would have said no call, if anything, just for the fact that it was just a brush.
Coach Al makes him very happy.
So, basket was good, but the extra point, let's go to the football. QND 34 and North Mac 30. Raiders have the basketball. Inside 4 minutes left, third quarter action.
Good start to the third quarter by the Raiders.
Togarepi goes all the way to the left wing to F-Tank. Starts to make a drive. Now he steps back.
Tough shot.
No good on the shot. He was bumped there by Early. Now Early grabs it. It's got a 2-on-1. Eder steps back in the corner. Good job there by Togarepi. Dolman, first of all, came out and changed the shot of Eder. Eder then drove to the basket, and it was great defense by the Raiders by jumping up with some phantom ghost defense without making contact. Raiders will have the basketball with 3:25 in the third. Up
good job with
34-30.
help from Allensworth going to the hole.
Indeed. Double screen at the top. Reed has one. Togarepi, they send it down to Allensworth on the block. Back out to Togarepi. TJ starts his drive. Allensworth steps to the corner. Jace misses a 3. Good look, good transition there from the team. Early brings it across for the Panthers. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Crossover dribble. Early takes it down. Dolman stays on the ground. Does a good job then, goes and gets the rebound. Gavin out to Reed. Reed in through. Could have been a good jump ball as Reed slashed through two Panthers. I don't know there was contact. And then one of the guys got a hold of the ball, and it was pretty well stopped Reed. We're going to go ahead and say that whoever was there first committed the foul, because otherwise it was probably a jump ball. Robbie Reed will have 2 free throws. Nails the first one. Let me check to see who the...
I say free throws going to be big, down in fourth quarter tonight.
Checking to see who that foul was called on North Mac. It was on Sanson, his 3rd foul. Reed connects on both of them. Sanson with 3. There's 4 fouls.
Well, wasn't Reed like 2 for 8 last night?
He's 2 for 2 tonight, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
36-30. Raiders with a lead, a 5 count. Togarepi hounding there with Powell trying to get it in. And more importantly, F-Tank, Reed, and Allensworth were doing a great job in the backcourt of covering up the passes. Dolman was sitting back at half court deeper, watching for the long pass.
I mean, those 3, 6'5", 6'3", 6'3", and getting after it.
Tried to go to F-Tank on the move. Instead, it was stolen away by Early. Panthers with the basketball. Dolman on defense. Dolman gets up in the air. And after he gets up in the air, shot is good. Taken by Alexander. You heard Coach talk about it in the pregame.
Tough shot.
They will do a lot of fakes and try to get you in the air. F-Tank drives in. Good job off the glass. Just a little too fast. The ball ended up going to the other side of the square and popping out. Alexander. And in the transition on the other end, Alexander hits a 3-pointer. So the Raiders built up a 6-point lead, giving up the basket and then the 3-pointer. And we have a 36-35 game and a full timeout. 2:21 left in the third. Raiders still up by 1 on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Back at North Mac High School, first year of their gymnasium, first regional in this gymnasium.
Beautiful gym, beautiful gym.
North Carolina colors, right? That blue.
Yeah, that's what I would say, yes. The Tar Heel colors.
Blue and black in here. 2:21 left, third quarter action. First quarter, the Raiders led 14-7 after starting up with a 9-0 run to start the game. But the run at the end of the first half was North Mac. They went on an 11-1 run and led 22-17 at the half. Raiders in this third quarter have just got a lead. After regaining the lead, being tied, got the lead, and was up 6, 36-30. But now it's a 1-point game. Raiders basketball. Man-to-man coming from Mack. Right side, Allensworth. Couple cutters. Sully Walker's in the game, along with Dolman, Robbie Reed, Togarepi, and Allensworth. F-Tank getting a break. Togarepi, not a lot of movement. Allensworth going to go 1-to-1. Little short one. There you go. Jace Allensworth, baseline. The little runner and blooper. Raiders back up by 3.
Well, he got bumped with the little floater, on the baseline.
Across the timeline, one hesitation dribble. 3 Raiders were going after the ball, but Alexander, a good drive. He's having a good third quarter here, Coach. He's got 9 points in the third quarter.
Well, you got to get out and guard him. Hey, you can't let him get to the basket.
He took a hesitation dribble. Everybody stopped, and then he went right into 3 Raiders.
Yep.
1 behind him and 2 on the front. Allensworth trying to take it down low. Eder played some good defense. Then Allensworth tried to pass across the formation. Alexander took the ball away. Luke Alexander with the basketball. Sully Walker on him. Approaching 1 minute left in the third quarter. Regional final action as expected. Good stuff. Reed almost lost his man. Alexander just took a 20-foot three-pointer. North Mac regains the lead, 40-38.
No hesitation on that one. He got it and went up.
Togarepi started to make a drive, gets it back to Allensworth. Jace starts the drive. Little bump there, no call. Jace tipped it up. Jace tipped it again. Jace went to his left hand. Reed went to his right hand on a tip. 3 looks at the basket by the Raiders. Here come the Panthers.
3 good looks.
Alexander, yes. 2 by Jace, and the last one by Robbie Reed. Just couldn't get it to go in. Early comes out to get the ball with 26 seconds and counting left, third quarter action. Raiders back on defense. Walker has Early.
Not the way the Raiders wanted to finish this quarter.
Dribbling all around the perimeter here as we're down to 15 seconds. Popping out with the ball is Colin Eder. He'll get the ball back to Early. Down to 10 seconds. Early down to 6. Screen there by Alexander. Watch him for the 3. Early stops, brings it over to this side. Powell went to shoot it. Not in time. And they did get the shot off in the corner. I'm not sure if it would have counted. Sanson missed it. And we are 3 quarters. 8 minutes left in this one. And the Raiders watch their 6-point lead go down to a 2-point deficit. Heading to the 4th. North Mac Panthers 40, QND Raiders 38. And we are back for the exciting action of high school basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. And back as we were checking out the cheerleaders and the little of the food there. 8 minutes left in the game. North Mac had the lead of 3 at halftime. Raiders tied it up at 26 and 28. Went up 31, then 34 to 28. So we were up by 6.
Yep.
Still up 36-30. And then after a bucket and a 3-pointer, and that had to be Alexander on the 3 as he's had 2 of them, followed up with the next one a bucket and a 3-pointer to end the quarter. And it gave North Mac a lead of 40 to 38. Make sure you stick around for the after the ball game. We'll have the Hardee's post-game show brought to you by Brian Harms and his crew at 30th and Broadway. We'll also hear from Coach Altmix in the coach's comments. Faith, family, and giving back the Cunis Auto Group. Early leans into Sully Walker. Went to the backcourt. Eder had to go back and get it. Raiders will go with Walker, Togarepi, F-Tank,
Stegeman's in the game.
Reed, and yes, Rowan Stegeman in here to put a little muscle. And there's the guy who's going to muscle, Eder, Powell, Alexander, Early, and Sanson. Surprised it wasn't a 5 call. Somehow they get it in lane and kick it back out. 3-pointer no good. Togarepi gets the rebound on the Powell missed 3.
Good
Long
job
pass.
boxing out. Oh.
Sully Walker saves it for going out, then throws a bounce pass to the left wing for Robbie Reed. Robbie makes a drive this time. NBA continuation, we'd have had an and 1. Alexander gets called on the foul, his second. Should be the first one of the 4th quarter, I believe. 7:27 left. Robbie Reed gets a break. Allensworth, Walker, Stegeman, F-Tank.
Doesn't Reed have 2?
And Togarepi, yes. Inside, another good pass. Oh, he missed it. Allensworth came down. They fell asleep like they did in the first half. Problem was, instead of Jakes taking the layup off the glass, he went and tried to shoot it straight in. Use the glass whenever possible. Got a foul out here in front on this side. It's Jace Allensworth, first of the second half. He's got 3, though. Both teams with a foul here in the 4th quarter. 7:18 left. North Mac with the ball and the lead, 40-38.
Oh.
Almost a steal by Stegeman. Left his man, though. Luckily, he got back to him. In the corner, Early's 3. No good. Weak side, Togarepi for the Raiders. TJ down the left side, Stegeman. He'll go right back to his point guard. Right side, F-Tank. Into the corner. Pulling up for a quick 3. Good! Allensworth lights him up from the corner. Gives the Raiders a lead, 41-40. And you want to lead with your best look at your house. Get out there for the improvements and see Kevin Vandermeer and company. Driving down the basket, Eder. He threw it off of Allensworth.
Allensworth thought he stepped out of bounds first.
Right, and then jumped up before
jumped
throwing
up.
off him. Yep. We would normally tell you to watch the video on that, but
we don't have video.
That's right. Only in our head. Box out of bounds play from the Panthers. Flashing to the corners, Alexander. Check that. That was Powell. Gets it back out to Early. Man-to-man coming from the Raiders. Baseline. Pulls up in the short corner. Shot good. Alexander with a pull-up. Nice looking shot. Regains the lead for North Mac, 42-41. Transition takes it to the left side to F-Tank on the wing. Sully Walker starting to make a step. Decides no, it's not there. Togarepi at the top of the key. TJ starts the drive. And a hold on the drive. TJ started to slip, so it looked like he was going to be traveling. But the official saw Carson Powell with a pull on the jersey a little bit. Second team foul against the Panthers in the fourth quarter. Second one against Powell. Other than Sanson, who has 3, Allensworth has 3 on the Raiders side. So nobody really in foul trouble with 6:16 left in this one. Lobbed up high to Dolman. Almost over Dolman's head. Half-court set for the Raiders. F-Tank with the ball. Picked his dribble up. Robbie Reed comes to help. Bo with the dribble at top now. Looking for a backdoor cut out of Allensworth. Said got double teamed. Out to Dolman. Dolman down in the block. Marth had just checked in. Marth went to the opposite block. Nice block out there, Alexander, as Robbie Reed went up strong. It was a nice pass from the left block to the right block. Marth didn't have it. Reed went up strong, and I'll tell you what.
Well, yeah, that's when you do the shot fake, get him up in the air, and then go into him, and get the foul.
Especially a team who shot fakes you a lot on their side to get them in the air. Timeout taken with 5:54 left. It's a full one. North Mac 42, QND 41. Back for the rest of this exciting one right here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Back to the action here, and it's been a good action all night long. The other night it was Petersburg Porta in here against the home team. It went double overtime before North Mac won. Raiders had to battle a little bit against Pleasant Plains. Did pull out the victory there. Winner here will travel to Pleasant Plains next week for a Tuesday-Friday engagement. 5:54 left. Coming out of the timeout. Reed, Allensworth, F-Tank, Dolman, and Marth. In the backcourt to Bo F-Tank. He'll go right side to Allensworth. Hit the 3 in that corner not a minute ago. Here's that lob again. They went to Dolman. It was behind the backboard. Dolman hung on to it at least. We didn't lose the ball. I thought it was going to hit the rim.
Good job pulling it out and resetting.
5:35 left in it. F-Tank with the basketball. Raiders were down by 1. Marth made a look to the pass. Wasn't there. Drops it to Allensworth in the corner. Jace on the left side. Pulls up, 6-foot fader, no good. Inside, Robbie Reed, rebound, no good. Rebound there by Alexander for North Mac, so point blank. Good shot, good putback. Raiders can't lift the lid off that one. Half court set, Sanson with the basketball.
Good look with the offensive glass.
Alexander, he's being hounded out there by Allensworth. Dribbles through everybody. Ball is tipped, and then Dolman takes it away. Dolman heading the other direction with the crossover. Gavin all the way in to the basket. Dolman, couple crossover dribbles under control. Raiders lead 43-42. Full court pressure.
Weston's going to love him on the football field next year.
Sanson dribbles, kicks it out to the right corner. Powell brings it out in front of the basket. Powell pulls up with another runner. He has not made a basket since the second quarter. He did have 9 early. And the ball knocked out of bounds there as the fans step up. Sanson knocked it out. 4:36 left, 44 North Mac, 43 QND. Marth gets a break. So Togarepi back in with the starters, F-Tank, Allensworth, Reed, and Dolman.
Need not to be sloppy now. 44-43 with 4 minutes to go in the game. You need to be sharp.
Pass across court.
And that's sloppy.
Early, tipped it. They tried to call timeout. Oh, wait a minute. How do you call timeout when a ball is rolling on the floor? How do you call timeout when the ball is rolling on the floor?
Bad pass.
It was tipped at the top of the key for the Raiders. It rolled all the way down. Free throw line extended on the other side in front of their bench. He may have barely touched it, but before he touched it, the coach started yelling timeout. I'm sorry. I think you go old school. You have got to have the ball in your hands. No jumping out of bounds calling timeout. And I'd like to go back to making the coach call timeout myself, but that's a old school there. 4:26 left in this one. I mean,
Well,
smart move.
When I coach, I got with a lot of stuff.
And a smart move by the coach.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Beard made the quick call, but no one had possession of it either. It was still the Raiders basketball. It was tipped, but a tip does not constitute possession. So maybe that possession was on the top there. But as you went back to the very beginning, and you and I will break things down, but when we would go back, bad pass from the right corner up high.
Yeah.
Way too much distance, and closing out the distance was the Panthers.
Especially in a one-point game with 4:26 to go.
Yep.
Hey, you know what I mean? You got to make good passes. You got to be sharp.
And come to the
on
ball.
the offensive end.
Triggering the ball out of bounds will be Carson Powell. Heading to the backcourt is Alexander to get the ball. Early comes left side. Sanson comes out on this side, and on the opposite side, Eder. That's all 5 guys for the Panthers. Back on defense, Togarepi, Reed, Dolman, F-Tank, and Allensworth. Right side, pulling up from way out there. It was blocked. And then almost getting the rebound. Sanson fouled twice. Finally called the first one. In the corner,
the second one.
Togarepi was going up for the ball. Sanson fouled him, and the ball went to F-Tank. He made one step, and Sanson tackled him accidentally. And for Clark Sanson, that's his 4th foul. Team foul number 3.
All's fair in love and basketball.
Oh, he fell on F-Tank's ankle too. A little worried about that one. Raiders basketball. Togarepi to bring it across. Powell will be backing up.
It's going to come down to possession by possession game here.
Indeed it will. Raiders trying to regain the lead there, down by 1. F-Tank came around the screen, almost lost the ball. Between the legs. Bo gets it back out to Jace Allensworth off the left side. Jace drives, gets pushed a little bit, puts the ball up in the glass. Togarepi had it. Togarepi missed it, but he was getting pushed, and Robbie Reed on the weak side with the rebound. Raiders hit the board hard. We just there, Togarepi was taking that shot, getting pushed.
Good job on the offensive glass effort, by the Raiders.
Reed got the rebound. Raiders lead now 45-44. Into the post. Sanson had to kick it out. Early to Sanson in the corner. Starts to drive. Dolman's there. Wow. Drives all the way down the block. Dolman's just kind of had his hand kind of just seeing where he was at. For all the good physical play, that was...
Well, you got to be consistent. Hey, you know what I mean? Referees need to be consistent. That was iffy call at best.
Box out of bounds play for the Panthers. Get the ball in. It's Powell being hounded by F-Tank. F-Tank knocks it away. Bo trying to get to it. Bo does. Bo goes in for the layup. No good. Rebound, Reed, but Reed, instead of bringing it down, tried to tip it on the other end. It's a ball fake. Powell makes the basket. Raiders had the chance to go up by 3. Instead, missed the layup, missed the tip in, and Snowbird on the other end was Powell. He never hustled back at all. He was in that backcourt just hanging out.
Yep.
Raiders with the basketball. Good look there all the way to the basket. Bo missed the layup. And then the tip by Reed. Allensworth to Dolman in the left corner. Gavin starts to drive. Kicks it back to Togarepi. TJ starts to drive, hesitates. Good job. To the hole. Count it. Togarepi hesitates at the block. Makes a ball fake. Man goes away. The other man comes to get him. TJ makes the basket. He'll have a chance at an and 1.
Good strong move by the sophomore.
Tell you what, I thought maybe we were going to have a walk there, Coach, too, because when he got down their lane, he kept his pivot foot, but he moved that other one. No good on
I was going to say big free throw, but he missed it.
47-46, Raiders with the lead by 1. 2:22 left. Eder starts to make a drive. Blocked out of bounds by Allensworth. Dolman was there helping as well.
Now a lot of good help on defensive, offside by the Raiders.
Eder's got a pretty good.
That was too easy of a drive.
Eder's got a good first step too. He's had a number of drives. Ball for the Panthers back out high to Eder. Early, high 3 from the side, no good. Allensworth did a great job because you had Eder sneaking down his left side. Jace, all he did is put his left arm out to see where he was at, went and got the rebound, and they call Allensworth with a foul away from the ball, actually on the ball on the rebound. It's Jace's 4th, Raiders' 3rd. North Mac has 4 in this quarter. Another opportunity for North Mac. Eder, crossover dribble to the lane. Good job by Allensworth, but then Eder gets the rebound. Kicks it out, right side, 3, no good. Robbie Reed gets it. Shot was taken by Powell on the right side, no good. Inside, 2 minutes left.
All right, we got pulled out. Make sure we get a good shot. Layups or free throws.
47-46. Raiders with the basketball. Allensworth, F-Tank, and Togarepi out high. In the corners. Dolman on one corner, the other corner Reed. Reaching in and foul will be Powell. His third. More importantly, that should be team number 5.
I got number 5.
And that means Bo F-Tank goes to the line to shoot. Got it, good hands there. One of our best shooters. Bo on the night has 12 points. He had 3 twos in the first quarter, 2 threes in that third quarter to get the Raiders back in the swing of things. F-Tank gets it to go.
Big 2 free throws here.
Rolled around a little bit.
By 3.
Allensworth
140.
gets a break with 4 fouls. Sully Walker checks back in. F-Tank with 140 left at the free throw line. Nails the second one.
Good substitution by Almix. Keeping Allensworth out so he can pick up number 5.
49-46. Actually, yes. I was looking at the other board there. Didn't change yet. In the half-court set, the Panthers. Backdoor cut wasn't there. Has to come back out. Alexander gets picked up right away by Dolman. That's fine. Waste time out front. Just don't give up a 3 here. That means a conventional or an and 1. Eder set a screen. Sully was right there. Eder's going to go to the basket. Misses the shot. Reed. Oh, my. Dolman, great defense. Both of them actually backed off of the man. Ball was already rebounded and then called the delayed foul there. And Eder's going to go shoot 2. Foul was called on Dolman, his third. Wow. I thought that was some pretty good defense there, Coach. Eder goes hard to the hole.
Yeah.
Problem is he goes so hard to the hole, he's out of control sometimes. And stepping in there, Dolman even scratched his head a little bit. Allensworth back in, Walker goes out, so it's Dolman and Reed on the low block. F-Tank and Allensworth, somebody's going to screen out the shooter, Eder.
Well, it needs to make sure we don't let him get the offensive rebound.
Second one does go in for Eder. He makes 1 of 2. Makes it a 2-point game.
Big possession for the Raiders.
1:15 left. Raiders trying to get the ball. Call timeout. Did we get a timeout? Yes. All the way down here. That's a nice job. Almix calls a timeout. The official was 85 feet away as we had trouble getting the ball in on the other end.
Almix was up in his ear. Yeah, timeout.
I said, what do you want, Coach? A timeout? 1:02 left. 49-47. We're back. MechaSportsCo.com.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
And we are back. It's not the Panther Den like East Moline, but it's the Panther Den as North Mac, their first regional in this new gymnasium. Raiders.
North Carolina Panther Den.
There you go.
That's what we're looking at here.
49-47. Raiders lead. 1:02 left in this one. Key for the Raiders now, come to your passes. No long passes, and no passes towards half court where they can take a steal and go the other way, jumping in the passing lane.
No bad turnovers.
Togarepi will trigger it in.
1:15.
I think they are right there. Was there 1:15 on the clock at one point?
That's what I was thinking.
We did have 1:02 when we looked up, though, so if you're not sure, Togarepi will trigger it. F-Tank, Allensworth, Dolman, and Reed for the Raiders. We go back to our film, but we're doing audio tonight, so you have to go back to my audio call. Coach Almix says that's fine. Yeah, usually if you're in a different gym, they add time to the clock or don't start it, but this is pretty good.
Well, we got 1:07 instead of 1:15.
Met halfway. Taking the out-of-bounds play, Powell. He's going to try to trap.
Oh.
Long pass down court to F-Tank.
Bring it out.
Bo's going to stretch it out, keep it away from the corners. Out here to Togarepi. Back over to Bo F-Tank, 57 seconds. A foul out there We had Powell and Early both in there.
Wrong guy to foul, as far as I'm concerned. But he's got to step up the line and knock him down.
Early, his second foul, but it's the 5th foul beyond. This is the 6th one. And F-Tank go to the line where he just made 2. Bo nails the first one. Sully Walker checks in. Allensworth checks out. Sully goes back to half court. Togarepi is 3/4 of court, way down the other end.
Big free throw here. Go up by 4, 2 possessions.
F-Tank second one. Good. F-Tank connects. His 4 for 4 here. 51-47. 55 seconds left in this one. Raiders by 4. Eder. They give the ball off to Alexander. Early on the right side. Starts to make a drive. Alexander's down here in the corner. They're trying to get somebody open. Cross court for a 3.
For a 3, yeah.
Alexander doesn't have it. Ball comes outside to Powell. Powell goes to the layup. Misses the layup. Dolman gets the rebound and fouled right away. Eder, his second foul. And Dolman. And you can tell they're running some good screens and movement. They were trying to get somebody to pop up for a 3, whether that's Alexander or Powell probably.
I'm going to tell you what, this North Mac team, with as young as they are, they're going to be back next year again.
Dolman has 2 with 34.8 seconds left. Raiders up by 4, 51-47.
Oh.
First one off the front of the iron. Walker and Reed stay in the lane.
Big free throw here gives them, 2 points to where they have 2 possession lead, to where they have to make a 3 and a 2.
Dolman connects on the second one, 1 out of 2. Raiders lead 52-47. 32 seconds and counting. Eder starts to make a drive to the basket on F-Tank. Takes it all the way to the hole and scores. Eder.
There's their 2 right there. So they're going to timeout, press the ball, and, see if they get a quick one.
26.6 left. Eder drove all the way to the lane. No help, but better a 2 than a 3, and that's what they thought. Panthers said, let's get it. Let's take a quick.
Well, you need to do it. You need a 2, you need a 3 both. So get the quick 2, get the pressure on the defensive end, then kick it out for the 3-point shot.
Back after the full timeout. Raiders lead 52-49 here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Handle the basketball.
And back here at the North Mac Panthers Gymnasium. We haven't named it anything yet. Panther Nation is on the wall on one end. The conference banners are on the other end. They're in the conference with Gillespie, Southwestern, Staunton. They've lost 2 to
Staunton's supposed to be really good.
They've beaten North Mac twice. North Mac's been on a 10-game streak in there. Carlinville, Pana, Litchfield, and Vandalia, your conference there. Greenville I missed. Hillsborough was right next to it. Okay, now we got
that one too.
Raiders put 5 guys on the baseline. We saw this last night for Chatham Glenwood's girls team. Togarepi will get it. 4 on the receiving core. Don't run anybody over and get called for a foul. Dolman goes deep. F-Tank scoots underneath. F-Tank got bumped. Bo's got the ball down too low though. And there's your problem. Bo brought the ball down to his ankles. Part of it because the ball was there. 2 Panthers were there. Almost a jump ball, then it was a jump ball. Good news is the alternate possession goes to the Raiders. When you catch that ball, for Bo,
you gotta
take off, dribble.
Well, you got to rip it low.
Yeah, get going.
Get it up high and make them foul you.
Togarepi gets it into Dolman. Dolman over to Togarepi to F-Tank. Got to get it down court too. TJ coming around, gets fouled. That's going to be the 5th foul on Clark Sanson. He had the first 2 of the ball game, 3 here. And with 15.2, Sanson will foul out. There are no seniors on this team, so there's not a senior to even think about for the Panthers. Sanson had 2 points. Togarepi will go to the line. TJ.
Big free throws here.
Shooting 2. TJ connects on the first one. Makes it a 4-point game. 15.2 left. Reed, Dolman in the lane. Second one. Togarepi, count it. 54. 49. Raiders by 5.
By the sophomore.
Eder's going to go all the way in.
Charge.
And a great job there by Dolman. Gavin Dolman knew where Eder was going to do. And as soon as he came down the lane, Dolman, statue. He was the stone cold Indian out in front of the store, if they still have them at tobacco stores. He took the charge. Raider basketball, 5-point lead, 9.5 left in this one. Foul was called on Carson. Actually, it was called on Eder.
That's a football player right there, taking the charge.
Yep. Gotta love those. TJ trying to get it in. Allensworth will get it. Back to TJ. 8 seconds.
Quick pass, good job.
TJ down to the corner. Dolman, 4 seconds left. And there's the final buzzer. The North Mac Panthers do a great job on their home floor, but your QND Raiders are your regional champions with a 54-49 victory here against the North Mac Panthers.
Let's cut down the net.
And let's see if we do cut them down or not. I'm going to tell you, this North Mac team is a good-looking ball team, but the Raiders picked up their senior leadership in the last quarter, outscored the Panthers 16-9, take it to a 5-point victory out here, and move it on to Pleasant Plains next Tuesday night.
Closing time. Hey, that's what it was tonight. The last 3 minutes of the game, the Raiders picked it up defensively and, made good decisions offensively. That's why we come away with a 5-point lead. And yes, we are getting next.
Great job out there. As we've got we're here. The ladders are up. They're cutting down the nets. Gotta love that. As I said, now they don't let kids go up like
like we used to.
Right, but they do allow now some with the backboards, if they went down, up and down, like the portable ones, you could bring them down to where everybody could just stand there and cut them. But Raiders, as you can hear there, getting their trophy for the regional victory here.
They're taking the wood home. That's what I used to always say. Take the wood home. I told my wife if I ever got a piece of wood like this, she'd have to sleep somewhere else. You know what I mean?
And speaking of good wood, Kevin's got good wood at Woodmart Building
Great
Center.
Wood.
Check in on him with your projects and everything else. Fun, exciting one here tonight at North Mac. My first trip to this gym. I really like the gym. It's a nice new gym out here. And some of the people that were watching the NFHS and watching down there at Waterloo said, it looks a lot like Waterloo's gym. Nah, it's not as big. And it's got the complete upper deck. What I thought was interesting, all new bleachers, and normally with the new setup with handicap bleachers, you lose a lot of seats. But this one, the first 8 bleachers go straight up. And one of the fans earlier said, yeah, we've got snow skiing here at school too, and we go down the stand. So, woo, excitement here tonight.
Oh, great game.
They had a great, busy weekend here. They told us that Alex Barnes, the athletic director, they said they were packed and it was just a good night every night through. And so hats off to the people out here at North Mac. Hats off to the North Mac team and all the fans as well. But one more bigger hat off, and that's for the Raiders, as they are the regional champions right now underneath the basket down there. Well, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. But stick around. We got the Hardee's post-game show brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Coach's comments. Obviously, the coach is going to say, get a win, get out of here, and move on.
Oh, yeah. W's is what counts now during this time of year. W's, in advancing.
And that'll be in the post-game here. But your final here at North Mac Gymnasium. QND pulls it out with the victory. QND 54, North Mac 49. And we're back with the post-game show right here. Raider basketball, meccasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at meccasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@meccasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/meccasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.
Brian Harbs, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to the Hardee's post-game show here at the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight, Better Bed, Less Money, Quincy and Jacksonville. And, of course, Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Stop by for that Alaskan pollock, 2 for $7. And we thank them for all their sponsorship throughout the year. Well, I'll tell you what, this was a fun one out here tonight. Actually, we're going to get Coach flying up here already. Oh, no, he's got to go over there. I thought he was coming our direction. So we'll have him in a second here. Let's break down how this game went. Raiders opened up with the first 9 points of the ball game, led 9-0. North Mac came back with 4. It's 9-4. Raiders get a basket, 11-4, after an and one on the other side for Carson Powell for the Panthers. Made it 11-7, but the Raiders got a free throw and a bucket to close out the quarter. 14-7, up by 7 after 1. First 2 buckets of the second quarter went the way of North Mac. It was a 3-point game. Raiders got a bucket, and then we talk about it. You've heard it talked about at halftime, and you had that 11-1 run for North Mac. Halftime, we're down 22-17, down by 5. Raiders will get the first 4 points of the quarter, tie it up at 22. North Mac came back with 4, up by 4. North Mac then turns around as the Raiders with 6 straight points, passed up the tie and took a lead 28-26. North Mac responded 28-28. Raiders extend it to 6, 34-28. They even had it at 36-30. Hey, North Mac wasn't going away. 5 points later, it's a 1-point game again. Raiders hit a bucket, make it a 3-point game, and after a bucket and a 3-pointer to close out the third period, North Mac had regained the lead 40-38 after 3. Raiders' only lead so far goes back to the first quarter at the end of each quarter. Fourth quarter, trading back buckets. 46-45. Raiders are down by 1. Raiders had an and one opportunity, missed the and one as TJ Togarepi made the basket. But then 2 more free throws after that. Raiders were up 49-46. 1 free throw on the other side. Raiders get back to the line, make 3 out of 4, extend it to 5 points. 1 more basket by North Mac, cuts it to 3, but the Raiders close out with 2 free throws. 54-49. The 5-point win, Coach.
Well, you know, it's about closing ball games at this time of the year. You know, when, you know, you've got a close ball game here with, you know, 3 minutes to go, you got to have good possessions offensively and defensively, and that's what the Raiders did tonight.
Checking out your free throws as we started out the first quarter a little sluggish like the other night. We were 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. Second quarter, we went 3 for 5. So at halftime, we were 4 for 9. Second half, Raiders go 2 for 2 in the third quarter, 7 for 9 down the stretch. That's 9 for 11 in the second half. And they'll finish with 13 for 20, I believe, unofficially here.
Well, and that's the way you got to be. You know, down the end of the ball game, you got to pull it out, you know, take care of the basketball, you know, quick passes, and you either got to have, you know, it's either layups or free throws. And you got to make sure you have the ball in the best free throw shooter's hands, you know, at the end of the game, which we did.
Yep, Bo F. Tank went 4 for 4. TJ Togarepi had 2 for 3, and then 1 for 2 for Dolman as well. So good close out there for the Raiders, and really a good job of getting the rebounds when we needed them late. You know, we almost lost the ball. Luckily, it was an alternate possession arrow. We got the ball back as we brought it down into their trap. But, you know, when you get to postseason, you expect every team It's their last. They're playing for their last. And when you bring the home team in their own gym after an emotional 2 overtime win, I say the North Mac, we'll keep an eye on them next year. They're going to be a decent little ball team.
Oh, yeah.
They were this year, by the way. So,
well, 24-8. I'm sorry. That's a very good ball club, and you don't have any seniors on it. So, yeah, they'll be back next year.
You know, we're in the post game. Let's give one more shout-out to the Lady Raiders. Lady Raiders had a nice season out there. What came to a close last night against Chatham Glenwood, but they played some good basketball. And it came down to where, like Coach said, Orrin, a lot of that early game, you were missing layups, shots that looked like they were going to go, and you just had that feeling something might be going on. But
well, every possession counts.
Yeah.
You know, offensively and defensively.
Yep, but congratulations to them for a great season out here. And
here comes the man.
Yep, Coach Almix is with us right now. And, of course, his comments are brought to you by the QND Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. All right, Coach, you jump out to a 9-point lead. You knew that right away. I'm sorry.
Well, turn him up.
Yeah, there he is.
There we go.
I thought you told me to turn down Pettit so you couldn't hear it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine, too.
So we start out 9-0. We knew it wasn't going to end up that way. This team was resilient. But after 14-7, we're hanging in the second quarter, still with a lead, and all of a sudden they went on like an 11-1 run. I can't remember where our free throw was to break that one up, and they went up by 5 at halftime. So when you go to half, what's your comment to the players?
Well, first, in the second quarter, I thought we got some good shots, but I've got to do a better job. I've got to help the guys out a little bit and get a timeout there, kind of try to slow things down. But they picked me up. They kept battling, and, come in at halftime and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We got to, make sure we execute our defense, make sure everybody's on the same page, because in the second half, there were a couple times where we did slip and kind of get off the, we all weren't doing the same thing together. But, when we got to the fourth quarter, we got it figured out. And the guy was like, yeah, we'll run this. Got into Carolina, knocked down our free throws, and, we're able to come out. When you play, it's tough enough in the postseason. Then you got to play a scrappy team at home, and you just know that it's going to be a close game. And so, stay calm throughout it all. Some ups and downs throughout this game. Kind of a crazy game with, how it went, but entertaining, and fortunately we came out on top.
And you mentioned the Carolina calling that as if we have Carolina colors in here.
Yeah.
We talked about
pretty
that.
It
pretty looks like out here. In that early part of the game, too, we were really getting good on the boards, transition down, and it got a lot of good looks there. All of a sudden then, I believe it was Colin Eder was getting way too many offensive rebounds. I mean, he was working hard, but he had 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, and that got them back in the ballgame.
It did. That was the difference right there. And, I talked to the guys, you can't win a game before it starts. And, when you go through the game, don't change anything. I looked at the guys, and I'm like, have you had a little success this season? And they're kind of looking at me with a funny look, and I'm like, why do you want to go and try doing something different now? I said, you can make free throws, you can make layups, you can make cuts, you can box guys out. Just do that. And, at times we did, a couple big plays. Gavin stepped in. I thought TJ had to charge, so when Gavin stepped in, I'm like, it's a smart play, but they didn't have timeouts left, so I didn't want the clock to stop. But, that was huge because, that charge, that pretty much I thought kind of sealed the game because it was our ball up 2 possessions. So I'm pretty confident we could put it away.
I thought TJ's first charge was taken well, too, and it was funny because even Gavin, they both were set up when the Panther brought the ball to the top of the key, and they never moved. And I mean, Gavin, I mentioned Lee Conover used to say, your emotions have to be like the Indian out front of the tobacco store, stone cold. You have to have that look.
Yeah.
And when Gavin was there taking that charge, of course, Coach Pettit says, football, baby, he's ready for that thing.
Yeah.
But that was so key in there. All right, you look down the stretch. We've talked about free throws, and early in the game, it was scratching your head going, we're 1 for 4 in the first quarter. We finished the half at 4 for 9. But in the second half, 2 for 2 in the third, and closing the end, 7 for 9. Bo gets 4 of them. TJ gets 2 out of 3. We even have Dolman for 1 for 2. So when it's time to close it out, they did a nice job.
They did. And I told the guys, I said, when you struggle at the free throw line, and we've got great fans. I love our fans and families and everybody, so this is going to sting a little bit. Our guys know how to shoot free throws. They know what they need to do. And I told them that. I said, step up to the doggone line. You can shoot a free throw and make it. Step up. Don't think. Don't breathe. Just step up, go through your ritual, and put the doggone thing in the hole. And, they were, I think, a little surprised by me being so fired up about it, free throws. But don't complicate this. Don't complicate it. Step up, make the free throw.
Don't let your brain get in the way. You got that right.
Don't think.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I must say, in that first half, Coach, and I know you were probably a little frustrated because Powell was taking the ball, starting with getting to the elbow after he drove in, spin move, and he's 5 or 6 feet from the basket, getting the shots up there. And I'm thinking, somebody bring that ball and that arm down, and if he gets in the paint, remind him this is for the big men, And it was a very athletic moves, but letting them get that deep, ouch.
Yeah, that was one of the things we addressed at halftime. We hadn't done one-on-one closeouts for a while, and we actually did them on last night. We did it last night. It's like roll the ball out, keep the doggone guy in front of you, and as he gets close, you got to get that arm bar on him and stop him in his tracks. And then once you got him stopped, wall up, and he wants to keep dipping the shoulder, then take a charge. But otherwise, he can't get below the free throw line. And so, it's we did a little bit better job in the second half. I hated seeing in the first half. Yeah, he was right in front of me doing it, and it wasn't pretty. But
I can see that a few times. You know what I mean?
They did a better job in the second half.
Oh, yeah. Much better job, defensively in the second half and, getting the rebounds, and then pushing it out, getting those open looks on transition offense.
Yeah, one of the things to talk about, TJ does a tremendous job. He does a fantastic job. But there are certain times where he needs to just pass ahead. He doesn't need to make the assist every time. Sometimes it needs to be the hockey assist and pitch it up. And every once in a while, maybe Bo Jason can get to the basket and finish, and he'll get it. But, sometimes it needs to go to Bo, into Gavin, or into Robbie because, I talked – it was another thing we talked about yesterday was rim running. You got to rim run. You got to get down there because there's nobody on this team that's going to stop Gavin or Robbie or Jason around the basket. So rim run, get your rear end in the paint, want the ball, and put it in the hole. I feel next year with Rowan and Victor and a few, guys that are maybe more of true fives will be able to be more willing to do that.
You had guys hitting the board really nice down there because we had multiple times where we had 2 or 3 tips. Yes, you almost wanted to say bring it down, but they were nice tips. But there were 2 or 3 times we went, wow, we just had 3 shots at the basket and didn't get it. You feel good about that, but you're also going, don't let it slip away. And I got to back up to the very first play of the game, by the way. F-Tank's going to be your 3-point shooter, and you set him up all the way around the formation for a lob. That was a sweet play.
That was. We've talked about different things, and thank you. I appreciate that because, there are certain elements that, this group does a very nice job of just being able to play. And sometimes, you let them just go a little bit, but other times, out of a timeout, coming out, start the game, whatever it may be. Hey, let's run this. Let's see what we can get. A couple times. Oh,
we got him thinking something there.
Well, you saw the 2 passes that went out of bounds to the guy that was wide open in the post coming off. We were just too late in those passes, and, we put those in to try to get some buckets around the basket, and then we want to throw it out of bounds. But, overall, here my biggest takeaway tonight is this was a battle. I thought our seniors and TJ, all the guys, did a great job of just keeping their composure, keep battling, believing that they're going to get the job done. And at the end, they did.
Well, you survived against a 24-8 team on their home court for a regional final. Nothing better than that.
Not really.
You got
Not
it.
really.
So now we got Coach. Let's see. Now I didn't look ahead, but winner of Roxana Alton Marquette. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what we got next Tuesday. So we'll go home. Get home tonight. I'll start watching some more film, and we'll bring them in. I think we'll bring them in late tomorrow morning. Just get them up out of bed.
Shooting the basketball a little bit.
Yeah, just run through some simple things, some plays that we know how to run. We might go ahead and run them again. So
it's Saturday morning. Watch a little cartoons, though, too. Come on.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate you traveling over, covering us tonight.
Well, we'll see you Tuesday.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations,
Have a
Coach
great
Allmix.
weekend.
You too. And that was Coach Allmix. His comments are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. We'll take our break there and come back to wrap it up here as the Raiders win the regional title 54-49 back at mechasportsco.com.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
And Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
And we are back at that Mecca Mobile studio. Thank you, Sleep Tight. As the victory here for the Raiders moves us to Tuesday, Pleasant Plains. Do you remember what time?
I have no
I think
idea.
it's 7. I think it's 7 because Pleasant Plains is actually playing one game on Tuesday and the other game on Wednesday.
Okay.
And then they'll play back for the final, on Friday. So let's break down the box scores, first of all, for the Raiders, who improved to 28-1, regional title, moved to the sectionals, led in scoring by Bo F. Tank. Bo had 16, 3 buckets in the first, 2 threes in the third, and that 4 for 4 at the line down the stretch. 15 out of Jace Allensworth. Jace really had a game all the way throughout there. Hit a couple threes as well, especially the one in the right corner late in the ball game. 10 from TJ Togarepi. Dropped down to 6 points from Robbie Reed, 5 from Gavin Dolman, 2 points from Sully Walker. And looking down the rest of the lineup, Mr. Marth was in there, gave us some good minutes. Rowan Stegeman got in there also as well. And I think that's going to wrap it up for the Raiders, 54 points. On the other side, North Mac, they finished 24-9. Keep an eye on them next year. Everybody comes back. No seniors on this squad. They were led. Luke Alexander had 16 points. Only 2 points in the first half. Really started lighting up in the third quarter. 13 points from Carson Powell. 11 points from Colin Eder. 7 points from Cam Early. Since he had 16 guys in the original roster, I had Cam off my roster almost. Oops. And 2 points before he fouled out with 15.2 seconds left by Clark Sanson. He had a deuce. In the game, Braylon Pierce, the freshman. And, Coach, other than that, I think that's all they ran at us. I mean, I think they tried to sneak somebody else in, but I don't know who it was because I don't have them checked off. But good ball game. That's 49 over there for North Mac. So, Tuesday night, everybody get ready to head over to Pleasant Plains as the Raiders are coming in to make that next step towards the sectional title, one step at a time. And there's 1, 2, 3 more to get to state. So, one at a time, too. Coach, last thoughts on this one?
Well, you got to focus yourself on Tuesday night now. Who you're going to play, and we don't know that yet. But, we've got to be ready to go, and play a full 32 minutes, tonight, facing a very good North Mac Panther team, here in Virden, Illinois. Gosh, on their home court, we battled, and, it was back and forth. I mean, this was not a game for, the faint at heart. Yeah, you know what I mean? This was a game that, every possession counted, and, I think the Raiders are getting better and better, as they go. So, I look forward to Tuesday night at Pleasant Plains.
Indeed, and of course, a couple shout-outs here as I look at my phone. Yes, Scott Moore, QND, did win. Why weren't you listening? And out on the coast, that's the left coast in San Francisco, Steve Brooks was listening to us tonight, so a shout-out to Brooksy as he can't wait for the Raiders to take the next step, and he can't wait for the St. Louis Billikens in the postseason.
Well, I think he needs to come for, if we make it to the Supers, March 9th, we'll be down at Carbondale, which would be a fun trip. I know a place where we can stay.
There you go. And, of course, Steve Hawkins is down at Carbondale at 15-15, but they play in St. Louis for the MVC Conference Tournament coming up. It goes up till the 8th. So, anyway, back to high school basketball. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight. We had a blast out here, a lot of excitement here. And the fans, by the way, here were really cool. We had good conversations with them before the game.
Well, we were up in North Mac Nation up here.
Indeed.
Panther Nation. And, you know, they just kind of looked at us, but, you know, we called like we see it.
They were good.
And they were happy.
Indeed. Raiders led after 1, down at half, down after 3, but pull it out here at North Mac. Your regional champions for 2026, the QND Raiders, as they win this one. Raiders 54, North Mac Panthers 49. For Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. This has been QND Raider basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.